Do we have to do... This is a tough one. Okay, alright, I'm good. This video and every video following is inspired by this little one here and the other little ones that I'm privileged to call my children. My beautiful family, the ones who raised me, but also the ones that I spend time with now. I'm in a blended family, which means I had a previous marriage and I divorced and I've got a child from those relationships. And now I have lots of different kids. I have 7 in total, 4 of which are stepchildren and 3 of which are my own. The reason for this video is because we're taking Delicious Profits and we're taking the YouTube channel in a completely different direction. It was staring me in the face the whole time and I couldn't see it because I was so focused on an arbitrary idea that was imprinted through my environment. A perfectly fine and beautiful idea of creating a hospitality business, consulting business, but hey, it's not for me. Let's get into that story right now. As you can see, this video is about how to discover your true passion, so let's start with a question. Do you like to learn new things? Absolutely, so do I. In 2023, I decided to change professional roles. I wanted to move from the employee model of earning money and into a business owner. Yes, I'd done this before, but it felt like an absolute nightmare. It felt like Mount Everest and I'd never climbed any mountain before. After some Google research, the next logical step was to get some education. I signed myself up for a business degree, which at the time was super exciting and I've learned a ton in that time so far. I can't wait to finish that and put that information to good use. I thought it was something I was really into, and I am. I love business, I love understanding economics, I love understanding global trends. Those things are going to be so valuable throughout my entire life. But because I'm a hospitality guy, I'm a chef, I overlaid the information in the business degree into the hospitality world. Go save the hospitality industry, right? Yay! So off I go, learning about business, economics, and all that cool stuff. And since I like making videos and it's a great way to learn by talking and teaching others how to do the same kind of things, I thought I'd put it into YouTube as well. And I'm doing this all for the family, right? I'm doing this all for the betterment of myself and for the improvement of our lifestyle and our culture. Great ideology. And of course, that leads to a happy ever after. Well, it's not so great after all. I discovered some things along the way that I didn't anticipate. I'd missed one little detail hidden deep within my clever, crafty psyche. It was there the whole time, but yet I failed to see it. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. Here it is, and it's so blatantly obvious as I've spoken about it to different people along the way. I don't want to own or run any hospitality businesses. Sure, I love solving problems. When people ask me for advice on recipes or systems, I absolutely love that collaboration. It's the collaboration that I love. It's not necessarily the mode of transport I'd like to get through from where I am now into a position of affluence. How did I miss this detail? It's crazy to think that I couldn't see it. It's in my head. Was I caught up in the hype, studying business and learning about all cool things and getting all of that enthusiasm you get with the start of a new journey? Yes! I was somewhat delusional, yes. What I discovered was I failed to question whether or not I really wanted to pursue this pathway. I took it for granted and it lasted 18 months. Tragic? Well, no. There's an upside to all of these things. As with anyone who's yearning for a sweeter life, I found myself digging deeper into that psyche of mine, looking for the other traps, the other tricks, and the other illusions that are in my way of finding out what I truly love. Sadly, I took a wrong turn and I continued down the narrative, not realizing the self-deception that was going on inside my mind. But all of a sudden, bang, I was stopped right in my tracks. The work I'm doing dramatically picked up. I had no time or energy to produce videos and I found myself out of the business video motivation space. Then, seemingly all of a sudden as well, along came a little angel and whispered an idea into my head. They injected that idea sweetly and softly into my mind. The idea was a game. This game would turn the tables significantly in my favor. The game was innocent enough. Kylie and I lay awake moments after the sun had risen in our lovely home, holding hands in bed. And I whispered to her, let's play a game. Let's imagine we're 20 years old again, full of vitality and aspiration. And as we sit here, let's imagine what would happen if we asked this one question? And the question is, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, where the heck is this coming from? This is nuts. Which is why I give credit to an outside force, because that is just the moment of timing that I did not see coming. I don't even think that I made it happen. It was an outside force guiding me, shining light on a path that feels truly like a blessing, a weight lifted, so to speak. And we haven't even answered the question yet. We've merely just realized it and asked it. So I popped that question out there, and we both knew immediately. Kylie went first and she said she wanted to own a luxurious, beautiful retreat and spa to help adults have the most sensory, beautiful experiences and relaxation. I said I want to be a great dad and a great partner, a great husband. Shock horror, these are not things that we've ever alluded to or ever talked about in such a frank manner. We've never really even done it. We've gone under the assumption that what we're doing vocationally is fine and dandy, and it is, but it's just not us, it's just not me. I could tell you with that moment, I knew it as soon as the words slipped out of my mouth. I was lighting up like a Vegas jackpot. Have you ever had an aha moment just like that? So I said, I want to be a great dad and a great husband. Kylie wants to be that retreat owner. There's a nurturing character to both of us that truly brings us together. We love it so much. In that moment, we both discovered passions of ours that were uncovered by layers and layers of conditioning and culture. I thought about what that meant and how I could YouTube about it to help others to have that benefit as well. A seemingly simple moment in time, but it's changed trajectory dramatically, which has brought us to today's video. My conclusion, I am to support parents, embrace the joys of parenthood despite the unrelenting challenges. And here's how it works. Think about it. I currently have to go to work and be separated from my family. I work lunch and work dinner. That separation doesn't vibe with me. I'm looking for the solution. I'm looking for a way to hang out, to spend time, to teach, to nurture, to love, to care, to do the things that they're all doing while I'm at work. So being a great dad, that's part of the deal. Being a great partner, that's part of the deal. Suffice to say, I don't really think I'm a bad dad, bad partner. I just think that being present is super important and gives one the accreditation of being a great dad and partner. That's my personal value. That's what I believe. That means I've got to be close to my kids, close to my family, and remove the separation, which is so commonly found in the conventional standards and work practices. Heck, let's not just remove it, let's even bring closeness even more into the game and work together with the children. Here we are, we're on YouTube. I can work with them on YouTube. Do you see how hospitality consulting and business consulting just really wasn't going to work with the values that I'd set out for myself? It really challenged my belief system because as far as I was aware, I'd identified as a chef. But overarching everything is my absolute trump card, which is I'm in pain every time I go to work because I'm not with the people that matter the most to me. It was this aha moment that allowed clarity and truth to ring out and be heard. I'm so grateful for that. This is so hard. I know, I get it. I've been spending 41 years trying to figure this stuff out. Here we are at the very beginning once again. But due to faith and belief, it can happen for you, it can happen for anyone, is the mainstay value system that I'd like you to bring into your life. You will find these drops of gold hidden in your mind and hidden around you in everyday life. This process had me scared, let me tell you, I was shaken. It's taken me a few days just to come back to my senses to even find the words to describe what I went through. But I'm not running away, I'm actually running toward, because the pleasure is simply too great. So moving forward, this channel, Delicious Profits, it's all going to be speaking about things to do with men and women who have children, who have relationships, ways to contravene the challenges that come about through having these interactions with each other. The understanding that we have problems and that we can solve them. I'm going to be feeling out the deception in our lives and conveying honest ways that you can bring about happiness within those challenges. Whether it's a better connection with your spouse, your children, your parents, whether it's to feel confident about the ways in which you go about parenting, communicating to your partner, and the outcomes that you'd like to see happen in your life. And also, the fun activities that you can implement in your daily around the normal stuff that you've got to get done to make every little mundane moment that much sweeter. Why would I do this? I restricted my own happiness, and I want you to be happy. I want marriages not to just go the distance, but to be meaningful, fulfilling experiences that last a lifetime. I want our children globally to have the skills to not only create, but also to sustain great relationships and to enjoy these times as much as possible. The value system of society seemingly has moved from the connection that we have with each other more to the connection, the things we have in our lives, whether they be devices, watches, clothes, cars, this kinds of thing. I'm not saying those aren't great, they're incredible. But how much sweeter is it when you can enjoy these things in a practical way that also allows us to connect with other human beings? Isn't loneliness one of the biggest killers in society? I've noticed the incline of divorce, male suicide, and depression exponentially on a global level, which means our personal and interpersonal relationships are not quite healthy. It really makes me sad. I'm a child of a divorced family. I've been divorced, and I can only imagine the impact it's had on the children that I've had that have gone through the divorce. There's a little bit of guilt around that, but it's just because I understand that I had a part to play and I'm responsible for that. So here I am, playing my part and being responsible for the solution. I want to see happiness around me, and I want you guys to be able to make it happen for yourselves too. I believe you can, and it really is the fact that I didn't necessarily have that belief in myself that was the problem to start it all. Maybe it's the same for you too. So let's band together in the pursuit of better and even great relationships, great experiences and great memories as members of a family. Let's see the truth in our faults, include forgiveness and empathy in the process of resolving these challenges, and move forward together and in love.